Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out. And the theme is boldness. So what we're going to try to do is give you some things that, some small tips that you can use to be bold and make some big changes in your life if you want. So I'm going to talk about three things. One is going to be, I'm going to talk about getting known. Then I'm going to talk about breaking through the small talk, getting to the real talk where the good communication happens. And then how to look cool, calm, and confident in any social situation. So, I don't want to tease you. You guys didn't come to get teased. You came to get it. So, I came to give it to you. So, let's get started. So getting known, we've all heard it's not what you know, it's who you know. But I like to say it's not who you know, it's who knows you. Because if you think about it, for example, actor Brad Pitt. Actor Brad Pitt gets a lot of special treatment when he goes places, not because he knows a lot of people, but because a lot of people know Brad Pitt. And so, I think we all know people that say, I want to fly below the radar, I want to kind of lay low. But if you do that, it can be really bad for you. For example, if your company decides, hey, we're going to do a round of layoffs, are they going to lay off the guy that they know what you do, they know who you are, or somebody that's laying low and flying below the radar? We don't know who that person is. Get rid of them. Or for opportunities, they might say, someone in your industry might want to give you a contract or something. If they know you, oh, hey, I know Jim. Let's give him this, or hey, we have a position available that would be perfect for you, come on over. But if they don't know you, then you are going to miss on that opportunity. So you'd say, well, Nick, great. How do I get known? Okay, well, you can start by getting pre-known. Oh, wonderful, thanks, my problems are solved. So how to get pre-known? A thing that you can do is any industry, any organization will have some kind of event, sort of like this one. And so what you want to do is you're going to want to sign up for that event, and then every event will have some kind of social media attached to it. And there'll be some kind of chat forum, and so you're going to want to go onto that chat forum and observe and see who the 2 or 3 main contributors are, and you're going to want to piggyback on their comments and say, good comment or ask a question, something like that, so they get used to seeing your name pop up. And then, when the event is when it's getting close to the event, say, so for example, if you were talking to Jim and Susan on the forum, you're going to say, hey Jim, hey Susan, I'm looking forward to seeing you at the event. I'm going to attend the event, and I want to put a face with a name. And please look out for me too. And then they'll say, oh yeah, great, looking forward to seeing you. And so what happens is, when you arrive at this event, what would normally happen if you didn't do this, you would walk into a cold room and you just have to figure it out. But if you do this ahead of time, then you are going in, it's like a pre-approved credit card. You're already halfway there, now you just have to sign and confirm it. So you're confirming these relationships. So now, if I walked in, then I'm looking for Jim and Susan that I saw that they're familiar with me, they're looking for me. So now I'm going in and meeting people from the top down. Usually people that are the most active voices in there are also kind of heavy hitters in that organization. So if I go in there and meet Jim and Susan, they're going to introduce me to their social circle, and now I'm going in with that heavy advantage versus just walking in cold, stranger, trying to figure it out. So another thing about that is you can pick something. So let's use an example of beekeeping. So I might be interested in beekeeping, and so I'd say, I'll go to this event that I can learn about beekeeping. Or maybe I just want to meet people that keep bees. Maybe that's interesting to me. So like for another example is, I thought I should be meeting more pilots. I think it's a good thing to know pilots. So I went to a pilot event, and I'm not a pilot, so people would say, oh, what do you fly? I don't fly. I just wanted to meet some pilots. I figured that, it's nice to have pilots in your social circle. So That's one thing that you can do. Okay, number 2 for the cutting through the small talk, because when people first meet you, you have that barrier up. You do, they do, and you need to get that barrier down so you can get to the real conversation. There's nothing wrong with small talks. You can say, oh yeah, we could use the moisture, the weather coming in, it's supposed to be cold, and that's fine, but when you want to break through that, the easiest way is to tell a embarrassing story. But you're going to want to make sure that your embarrassing story is both appropriate and relevant. So, for example, what you don't want to do is, I could say, hey, this reminds me of the time I got an erection at the water park. You go, whoa, Nick, hey, buddy, know your audience, bro. Save that for later. That is not appropriate, and it's not relevant. So a better example would be, so this reminds me of a time I went to a social event similar to this, and they had these great turkey sandwiches, little turkey sandwiches. And I was eating turkey sandwiches because I was hungry and they're delicious. And I looked around and I said, God, there's a lot of beautiful women here. It would be very embarrassing if I started choking on one of these sandwiches. And I called it into reality. I started choking on one of the sandwiches. And then I was thinking, okay, now I'm very embarrassed. So what do? I have some options. I can tap the guy on the shoulder that's over here, and I can give him the signal that I'm choking, and then he can save my life. And then I can, he's a hero. Now they carry him around on their shoulders and sing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow. And then I'm the guy that doesn't know how to chew his food. And so, like, hey, make sure we get extra insurance when Nick shows up to the event, because he's going to be choking, and then, all the jokes. So I said, well, I don't want to do that. That's embarrassing, even though it'd save my life. I'd have to buy a round of drinks. That's fine. Or I can just collapse on the floor and, roll the dice. Maybe I die. Not embarrassing anymore. Or then I'm the guy that they're like, oh, you're that guy that the paramedics came and took him out at that one event. Yeah, I remember you. So at least they know me, right? And then, so I did the third option, which is the giving yourself the Heimlich maneuver. You do that, and you get the back of the chair, and then you kind of lean over, and then, so I did that, got the turkey sandwich out, and then just in case anyone was watching, I had to turn it into a dance move. Right, so then I was like, okay, good. So that was very embarrassing. That's a true story, and that is an example of something that you could tell somebody, and that brings their guard down. Then they'll share something with you. Then you can actually start communicating for real. And then the third thing, which is how to appear calm, confident, and approachable in any social situation. And we can all do this. We're all going to do this right now. You're going to participate. So, and this originated, I went to a holiday party with a girlfriend at the time, and I was thinking, okay, it was her company, everyone knew her, but no one knew me, and I said, so everyone's going to be looking to see who she brought, and they're going to be sizing me up, what's this guy about? And, I don't know, when they're going to be looking at me and how to, so I have to make sure that I look cool, confident, calm, approachable. And so I said, what can I do? And so here's what I did, and we're all going to do it together. So I thought, okay, for sitting, which you are all sitting, I said, okay, well, how would a nobleman sit, right? Because, you're not a king or a queen, so you don't have the responsibilities. But you're up there. So like a duke or a duchess. So however you would imagine in your mind a duke or a duchess would sit like that. So let's all sit, take that posture. So it's not stiff. It's not, you're not slouching around. You have a nice, comfortable posture, but it's a confident posture because, hey, you're a noble, right? And then for your face, so you don't want resting bee face. I call it resting bastard face. And I've had it because people have said, did you want to fight me or something? I'm like, what are you talking about? No, your face. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I need to change it, right? So for your face, I imagine, okay, if you're walking into your best friend's house and you're hit with the aroma of fresh baked cookies, and you love cookies, and you know that they're going to offer you cookies soon, cookies are imminent, cookies are coming, so you have this kind of look like, cookies are coming. And so now you have that posture with your cookie face. So I call this Duke cookie face, or Duchess cookie face for the ladies. And so you sit, and then I want to see your cookie faces. Cookies are coming. Cookies are imminent. And then, so you have your good posture, you have your cookie face, and then while you're sitting there, when somebody's walking by and you lock eyes with them, telepathically in your mind say, cookies are coming. You know? And then, I don't know what they receive on their end, but, you know, they say, hey, what a cool guy. I don't know what's going on, but I felt some kind of connection, some kind of energy. So I'm looking forward to seeing all your cookie faces, the dukes and duchesses of the cookie land out here today, and we can all practice these things. So, get known by getting pre-known, then break through the small talk by being vulnerable and letting down your guard and saying an embarrassing story. And Duke or Duchess cookie face will always give you value and make people approach you and have you radiating a nice glow. So if you use these three things, and you can use them today and see results today, it's going to be a great time for you, and you will be bold by taking these steps and improving your life. Thank you very much. I'm Nick Shelton.